Hi sweeties, this is Sipo and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial. I'm also going to be doing a product review. This is Color Stay Glaze Stick from Revlon. It's a silky shimmer eyeshadow. So this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like on the inside. I'm also going to be doing a Q&A. I asked people on my Instagram to ask me a few questions they would like me to answer. I was actually supposed to do this video with another content creator, and yeah, that didn't work out. But no makeup artist, yes, but I do think I have a few skills here and there that I can share that people might be interested in. Please do not forget to like, comment and subscribe to this beautiful channel, and also share this video so more people can get these awesome tips. If you want to stay and actually get a few tips from me, then yeah. Okay, so the very first question that I want to answer before I get started with my makeup, so I'm not going to answer a lot of questions because I do want it to be a tutorial. I do want to actually talk about what I'm doing, but I'm just going to go ahead and answer the first question. Okay, so the first question is, which university did you go to? I think I answered the very first video that I uploaded, which was a video, a get to know me tag. I went to the University of KwaZulu-Natal in Pietermaritzburg. Okay, so as I answer the question, I'm gonna quickly just tell you what I'm about to do. I'm using this Got2b glue to just set my brows before I actually start my brows. So if there's any tips that I can give you when it comes to doing your brows, my number one tip is make sure your brows are actually shaped. That will change your life. Like, they don't have to be super thin. I don't like my brows super thin, and you can shape them any which way that you want to. People are different, they've got different preferences. My method may be ghetto, but I use shaving cream. I use shaving cream to get the excess hairs off that I would normally conceal, because for me, I'm not trying to get it super thin, I'm just trying to get it just a bit, like, have a shape. So I use the Got2b glue and I put just a little bit, not a lot, on the actual brow hairs, and then put a bit. I generally just brush my brow hairs all the way up. Yeah, so I brush my brow hairs all the way up. So another tip that I would like to give people is make sure that your brow pencil is sharp. I don't care what product that you use, because I feel like with brows, it's more about technique than using the very best brow products. Which actually reminds me of the other question that I saw that people gave me, which was what tips would you give to someone who's starting out when it comes to makeup? Draw hair-like strokes instead of coloring in. So don't rush. So don't rush to get the most expensive brow products before you've learned your technique, because basically what's going to happen is you're going to get frustrated when you're using these products but you haven't mastered how to use them, right? So for me, I would say just try getting basic things from your normal drugstore, or not necessarily drugstore, but like your Clicks and your Discam. Get your LA Girl. I still use LA Girl. I think I'm not that bad when it comes to makeup, but I still use LA Girl. Like this brow pen. This brow pen is from Essence. It's just a normal pen. I can't remember how much it retails for, but I think it's around 30-40 rand. So I draw my underline, and then now I'm going and drawing my overline. I don't know if that makes sense, underline, but I draw I draw a line underneath, and now I'm going in drawing a line on top, and then I'm just gonna go draw I'm gonna draw hair-like strokes to finish off the brow. Don't color your brow in. So yeah, as I was saying, get basic products. Don't get a billion things. Get basic products, get enough brushes, get your foundation, concealer, this and that, and just practice. Practice makes perfect. And I mean, you can watch all the YouTube videos in the world to give you tips and stuff, but if you don't practice, sweetie, you are just wasting your time. Now I'm going to use this concealer from LA Girl in the color Almond, just to clean up the brow. When it comes to using your concealer to clean up your brows, especially with this LA Girl one, because the consistency is not quite thick, but it is generally very high coverage, so it's fine. So just put a little bit in your hand like this, then use a small flat brush. I usually generally squeeze my brush as well so that it becomes thinner, like as thin as possible, and then like tap excess off. Don't go too much, like don't go too heavy with the concealer. If you take too much product, honestly, you're gonna end up making mistakes. Then also just like removing some, and just don't use too much product. Okay, so another thing when it comes to makeup changes over time, so you need to keep up to date with what's trending when it comes to makeup. It's just like fashion. Once upon a time, our brows were super thin. Once upon a time, our brows were super dark. They were on fleek, they were whatnot, but now we're trying to go for the more natural brow. I know people have their own preferences, sharp, but do not use black or do not use the darkest color to draw your brows in. It makes no sense. One trend that I didn't stick to is the fact that people don't use concealer to clean their brows on top anymore. They use their natural foundation color, but I still like concealer. I make it work. Somehow. You'll see I won't look ashy and I won't look like I have a halo on top, but make sure you blend. Make sure you blend throughout, like don't leave the concealer to dry. And the next question is, if you were another person, would you befriend yourself? And definitely, honey, I think I'm the realist. I like myself. I'm not catty. But I also like having people that are very different from me, because that's how I learn from people. You could never have another me, but I definitely feel like, yeah, it's easier if a person is exactly like you. But also, easy is not great, easy is not good, easy is not good for growth. So I would prefer me, but I think I prefer not having friends who are exactly like me. Another tip that I'd like to give is, when you conceal or put eyeshadow base, dust off the rest. Not dust, but pat off the rest and make sure that you blend it properly. So that's it for the brows. I'm gonna do the rest of the brow. So that's it for the brow. I'm gonna do the other brow off camera. So I'm done with the brows. And honestly, brows have never been the same. Even your own natural brows are not the same, so don't even stress yourself about it. So now I'm going to use this translucent powder from Yardley, and just to set my concealer. Okay, so I'm going to use my Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser to prime my face. Also gonna go in with this MAC Prep and Prime Natural Radiance Base Illuminator. But I do need something to just give me that extra glow, that extra hydration, because my skin is very dry. So the next question I'm going to answer is, what is a turn off in a man? For me, the turn off that I can think of is bad breath, and bad breath, bad odor, and I hate people that are stingy. Sweetie, I am not that girl. I hate a person who's stinky and stingy. And I also do hate a person I hate a person who can't take what they can give. If you're going to not have time, I'm not going to have time. If you're going to not be kind, I'm not going to be kind. If you're not going to respect me, I'm not going to respect you. But generally, I will not stay in a space that I'm not happy in. And I'm not going to stay in a space that makes me uncomfortable, makes me pretend to be something I'm not. So I wouldn't put myself in that position. But if you're going to be mean, I'm gonna be mean too. So yeah, just be kind and nice and do all the things that you expect to be done onto you. And me and you are good to go. I'm going to use my absolute favorite palette in the whole entire world. I've abused this palette. I've had it for more than 2 years. It's quite pigmented. It's beautiful. I love this palette so much. I swear by it. Okay, so now we're gonna go over to the star of the show. When it comes to this color glaze stick, I'm not 100% sure if I should use it on my lid on its own, or I should cut my crease. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my crease on my one eye, and then I'm not going to cut the crease on the other side, just to see how it works, because it does say that it is a silky shimmer eyeshadow. So if it's an eyeshadow, it should work either or, but we're gonna see which one looks better, with the cut crease or without the cut crease. Ah! I hate that. I absolutely hate that. I already do not have a lot of products. It retails for 100 Rand, and it's literally this much for 100 Rand. So now this is depressing, the fact that it just broke off like this. Ooh, it has a nice Lumo green, like, I don't know, like, oh, this is so pretty. This is so pretty. I absolutely love it. It has this nice Lumo green, like, I don't know how to describe it. But it's absolutely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Let's see if there's a difference if we use concealer and we cut the crease first. Let's see. Nope, it is not the one with concealer. It's either I don't know how to use this thing, or it is too soft and too wobbly, and that is not great. I just needed to just do the things. Do not try and use a base. It's not cute. It doesn't work out well. I don't know, but personally I'm not feeling this side. I'm obsessed with this side. I love it. So I'm going to create a wing line. So for my foundation, I'm going to use this Kryolan Demo Color Flash Cream. It's been my favorite full coverage foundation for a very long time. The same brush that I conceal with, I kind of correct versus trying to put foundation everywhere, because I feel like I'm still going to put a lot of concealer to highlight and contour, so use a lot of product on my face. I get most of it on, so I basically just try to correct more than anything. As you can see, I've corrected and I've tried to concentrate it around where I have dark marks versus just putting it all over. And then I use a damp beauty blender, and then I try to spread it out. Oh, I forgot I was answering questions. Okay, so the next question is, when was the last time you cried? I cried 2 weeks ago. he dropped me off at my place and then he continued with the Uber, and I didn't mean to cry. I actually said I wouldn't cry because I mean coverage. As you can see, it's very skin-like, and it's very like my natural complexion peeps through. I said I really like a more natural beat versus a really heavy masky looking face. So as you can see, I have a very natural finish. I mean, blending is your best friend. I can move right along. So I'm going to use Almond again from LA Girl to highlight my face. I don't put a whole lot of highlights anymore, just a little bit. Okay, so there's another question. There's another question, and that question is, what is your guilty pleasure? Or like, what pleasure do you have that you know that you should stop, but you can't? And for me, that is withdrawals. Withdrawals, man. I love me alcohol, and I don't think I should stop. It makes me happy. I don't think I should stop. I don't think I need to stop. It makes me happy, and I'm gonna continue. After blending, I set directly after, and what I normally do is take a bit of my translucent powder, dab it here, see not that much product, take the rest off, and then just press the product in. I don't bake because I don't know, I think it's because the translucent powder that I have is really white, and if I bake, I think I would have so much I'd have so much flashback, and ain't nobody got time for flashbacks, sweetie. Ain't nobody got time. That's what I do. It kind of almost ensures that I continue blending as well, and everything is seamless. So yeah, that's what I do. Okay, so the next question is, are you an introvert or an extrovert? Definitely an extrovert. I'm not shy. I've never been shy. I was that kid when I was younger where my parents used to, when they had guests, they knew they had entertainment. My nickname was Utwalat, because I was always the life of the party. But now that I've grown up and like I'm self-conscious and self-aware and whatnot, I do have my moments where I just want to be an introvert, where I just want to be on my own and not talk to people. It also depends on the person that I'm around, obviously, but I have my moments being an introvert, but definitely an extrovert more than anything. Okay, so to contour, I'm going to use Beautiful Bronze from the LA Girl collection. And I don't know, I've mentioned it before, but I am not a complicated heart. I'm not a person who tries to complicate things. So, and I really feel like LA Girl has good concealers, so why not contour my nose? My favorite thing is contouring my nose. I feel like I'm creating a whole new nose because I generally have a big-ish nose. Shout out to my dad for my nose. So I really have lots of fun when it comes to contouring. Creating a whole new nose. One fun and cute little thing that I also do is just to contour my chin as well. Just to in with my dampy blender again. So this is is my favorite powder when it comes to contouring. I bet you're looking at me on some highlight contour wear. As I said, I like to keep it a bit more natural now. Let everything blend into each other. Do not forget to blend all the way into your hairline because, sweetie, as I said, that's what doing your Gemma mask. Okay, so I just finished off the rest of my face, put on my blush. Now I'm gonna go in with the wet highlighter powder. Just highlighting the high points of my face. Give it that shimmer. Okay guys, I think I'm done with the questions. Now I'm just gonna finish off my face, do my lips. L'Oreal Ultra Matte Liquid Lipstick. The best thing to ever happen to me when it comes to lips. I love, other than red lipstick. The 862 just to outline, and then I use the 844 for the inner part of my lips. I try to create a young ombre lip. Okay guys, I just finished my makeup. I really like this Revlon glaze stick. It's just that if you're going to buy it, remember not to put a base or like concealer underneath. Just use it on its own. Really greeny. It's got a really gold with a bit of green, Lumo green amazingness to it. So yeah, do not forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and if you got right to the very end, yay, you're not a quitter. Shout out to you, sweetie, because you are not a quitter. Thank you so much guys. I'll see you in the next one.